Internet, good morning. My name is Magnitude. Welcome to another Wi-Fi battle against ShadyPenguinn. If you don't know who he is, you're doing something wrong on the internet. His channel link will be in the description. But like I said, you should know this man. He's probably one of the better YouTubers in recent memory that I can think of. It's been PokeTubing. I was probably one of the best. So, my team is Conqueror, Tornadus, Greninja, Jellicent. We got dual Jellicents there, Landorus, Therian, and Mega Manectric, using the same team as last time. You know what they say? If at first you don't succeed, you know you probably shouldn't skydive anymore. But he's got Weavile, he's got Conqueror himself as well. He has Mega Garchomp and Latios and a Magnezone, so his team's got some firepower. My team's got a little less firepower, not as much, defense as his, but hopefully that's not going to come back to bite me in the patoot. So I would Conqueror. I kind of thought he would lead with Weavile, but either way, this is a solid matchup for me. I can just go ahead and hit him with a knockoff, but I didn't want to get too predicty early on, and I know I could live even a Mega Garchomp Outrage. So I had no problem staying in and going for an Ice Punch, and he had a mental lapse. Totally forgot that Conqueror runs Ice Punch for about 8 seconds. And unfortunately, that 8 seconds was enough time for him to pick a move already. That's going to be the undoing of his Mega Garchomp, and Conqueror adding another notch to his kills. I actually predict him to go for a Psyshock here to not risk missing a Draco Meteor, but unfortunately, I am just so horrifically wrong. Like, if I were any more wrong, I would probably be right. Have you ever done something, you just did it so terribly? Like, have you ever typed a word out in Microsoft Office so bad that not even spell check knows what that is, therefore inventing a new word? That's how wrong I was. It was a very convoluted way to go about that. But you understand what I'm trying to say here. I do end up going for a knockoff, and Rock Helmet's gone, which is fine. Either way, it doesn't make a difference to me. I get Rock, so I actually predict him to predict me to switch and not go for an Ice Punch. And also I'm like, well, he initially didn't think Conqueror had Ice Punch. My Conqueror had Ice Punch. Maybe he doesn't have Ice Punch. I just go for Earthquake, and he goes for a knockoff right there, showing me, what he probably doesn't have, Ice Punch. So I'm just going to keep firing off Earthquakes, doing the best I can, getting as much damage on this thing that I can. Drain Punch. I'm going to resist that, though, so I'm going to really get off another one. And the damage I do with this Earthquake is going to be much more than he's going to get back anyway from the second Drain Punch. So it's going to be, I guess, nice. He has his Landers is almost dead. Unfortunately, my Greninja, again, is still gone 100%. It cannot be any more dead, which, not fun. But I go to Manectric. I'm going to be able to become Mega and get the Intimidate off. And I guess if he wants to Mach Punch me, so be it. I'm going to get the Intimidate off anyway. So it's going to do probably, my guess was around 30%. That's what I assume was going to happen. So he does go for the Mach Punch, and it does, I'd say about 40, so a little more than I thought. I go for Flamethrower in case he wanted to switch, predicting me to Thunderbolt into his Magnezone, but he didn't. So he goes for a Draco Meteor, and that kind of tells me he's definitely 100% Scarfed. So Mega Manectric goes down, but we're still not out of this just yet. We still got one more big play in this, right? I hope so. Going to Tornadus. I predict him to switch right now into Magnezone to take my Hurricane. So I go for a Heat Wave. And when I first saw him switch, I go, holy crap, I got this prediction right. And then I saw he went to Jellicent, and I was like, oh, well, I'm just wrong. That's nothing new here. I'm wrong a lot, but it's not through a lack of effort or trying. But he goes for a Toxic, which I'm okay with. It's going to give me, I guess, the Guts boost. I'm going to be around for a couple more turns than I would be normally. But I got to keep Conqueror alive for Weavile. I have to. I almost went for a Drain Punch here, picking him to go into Weavile on a knockoff. Or a Latios. I almost used Drain Punch. It was very close, picking him to go into Latios. But after all that's said and done, I died at Toxic, so unfortunately my Weavile killer is dead. But he goes now into Weavile, and I go to Jellicent. I could probably take a knockoff or a Night Slash, probably, because I am max defense. And I have Rocky Helmet. Unfortunately, that's not the case at all. But I do get some damage off on him, so I guess that's nice. Weavile's okay. But I go to Tornadus now, and I'm Scarfed. I'm not Scarfed, I'm trying to buff the Scarf. So he goes for the Ice Shard. I was kind of happy that I was able to force him into Ice Shard, because the fact he thought I'm actually not Scarfed. So go for the Heat Wave. That's going to take out the Weavile, and I have about one play left in me. And unfortunately, he has to miss Draco Meteor, and unfortunately, he just goes for a Psyshock. So that's the way that cookie crumbles. I lose. It was a closer game, but rate, comment, sub, I guess, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Peace.